You clicked on this video because you want to fight like this. In DnD, and I will show you how to do this by level 10. Because let's be honest, we want to be awesome right away and not just wait for it till level 20. For race, we are human, but we want to take the custom lineage from Tashas to get a feat. Also, this allows us to get a +2 in our dexterity modifier later. As a feat, we take the gift of the chromatic dragon with the lightning element, so we can get our lightning sword as fast as possible. Our stats we're gonna do with point buy, and we take a 10 in strength, a 14 in dexterity, which gets +2 from our race and becomes a 16. Then we get a 12 in constitution, a 14 in intelligence, a 14 in wisdom, and an 8 in charisma, because we can be really annoying, let's be honest. So 2 things about those stats. We need them for multiclassing, and we don't want any uneven stats to get our bonuses. As our class at level 1, we want to take a ranger, because this allows us a few things. We get favorite enemy, which lets us track demons very efficiently. We are not gonna take favorite foe, because we are in dire need of our concentration. We get Deft Explorer, and with that Kenny, which gives us expertise in one of our skills. And we're gonna take Perception for some excellent hearing. For skills, we get 1 from our race, 2 from our background, and 3 from our class, which is Ranger. It doesn't really matter what background you choose, just make sure you get the following skills. We're gonna take Acrobatics, Athletics, Perception, Stealth, and Survival. And 1 more of your choice. As our weapon of choice, we're gonna take a Rapier, because this works with our Dex modifier, and we just flavor it as our katana, as well as a light armor as our armor, because that as well works with our dexterity. For level 2 we take another level in Ranger, so we get a fighting style, with what we choose blind fighting, so we can fight with our eyes closed while being asleep. We get spellcasting with the Ranger spell list, with what we take Sapphire Strike and Long Strider, so we can move way quicker without triggering any opportunity attacks around the battlefield. With level 3 we are gonna multi-class into Wizard to get some serious spellcasting on the line, and because we wanna get to Steelwind Strike. Steelwind Strike is the spell which will allow us to fight like this. And there are only 2 ways to get it. Stick with Ranger, but we won't get it till level 10, or change into Wizard. And that's what we're gonna do. As cantrips, we take Booming Blade, Green Flame Blade, and Thunderclap. If your DM allows, you can flavor all these as lightning or thunder, whatever you prefer. As first level spells, we take Mage Armor and Shield to be a lot more evasive. We're going into Wizard level 2, which allows us to get our subclass, which is Blade Song. For some, we flavored Falling Asleep Power Mode. Snoring is a kind of singing, right? Because we're multiclassing spellcasters, we get our 2nd level spells now. So as our 2 wizard spells, we choose Misty Step and Mirror Image, because Mirror Image stacks with our Mage Armor and requires no concentration, and Misty Steps for some jumping around the battlefield. With our Blade Song, we get a bonus to AC to evade even better, as well as we get an increased movement speed to just fly around the battlefield. In addition, we get advantage to our acrobatics checks, and we get a bonus to every concentration check we have to make, so we can hold those concentrations and not trigger opportunity attacks all day long. As the 3rd level wizard, we don't get anything special, but because we want to jump around like Zenitsu, we are gonna take Featherfall and jump for this level. So level 6 now. We're gonna take the 4th level in wizard, and with that we're gonna get a feat. We can get the Piercer feat, which will straight up increase our damage. Also, because of the multiclassing, we are now eligible for 3rd level spells. And with that, we're gonna take the next spell we want to be concentrating on at all the time. So we're gonna take the spell Ashadalon's Stride. It would also be very cool if your DM lets you reflavor the spell as lightning element, but if he doesn't, just say that your lightning burns the enemy. With our Shadowland Stride, we won't trigger any opportunity attacks as well. And we will do damage to every enemy we come into close contact with. As our second spell, we're gonna take Thunder Step for even more jumping around stuff. As a level 5 wizard, we wanna expand our spell selection even farther, so we're gonna take Blink and Thunder Wave. With Thunder Wave, we can push back all kinds of spiders that try to latch onto us. At 8th level, we're gonna take the 6th level of wizard, which will get us extra attack from our subclass feature, so we can now attack 2 targets, as well as 4th level spells because we are multi-classing spellcasters. For our 4th level spells, the selection is small, but we can take Fire Shield, which we could reflavor as Lightning, and for some very far jumping, we're gonna take Dimension Door. At 9th level, almost there, we're gonna take Wizard 7 and some more flavor spells. These will be Lightning Bolt, because what would a Lightning Bolt be without it? And Blur. Level 10! At level 10, we're gonna take the 8th level of Wizard, which will give us an ability score improvement. We're gonna pump our dexterity up to 18 with this one, so we can get more AC as well as more damage. And finally, we get 5th level spells. Steelwind Strike! With this spell, we can choose 5 creatures and make a melee spell attack against them. And if it hits, each one of them takes 6d10 damage of force kind, which you could reflavor if your DM lets you. And we can finally do this! And for our last spell, we can take Fast Step, with what we can jump around the battlefield even more. So there you have it! This will be a very fun build from a melee spellcaster which just jumps around the battlefield all the time, never triggers opportunity attacks if you got the spell slots, and if things don't go your way, you can always just get out.